Hey guys, it's Manuel. Some programmers don't know how to check things up online and they usually ask others, which might take longer than just typing the problem in a search engine like Google. Especially when you ask them in DMs and they have a lot of followers. Trust me, it's not your fault. It might even take days or months for them before they respond. Before we step into the video, make sure you smash the like button, click the subscribe button, and pop the notification bell. Do that right now. I'm gonna wait and make sure you also subscribe to the channel. Okay? Now let's get straight into today's video. Remember, this is also one of the benefits I mentioned in my last video. I mean, how to search for solutions online. So you can watch my last video and see what I'm talking about. So don't mind if you are new here. Now we're going to start off with things to take note of. We're going to see what I mean, and then we'll move on to where you can get answers, and finally we're going to talk about how to actually search for answers online. Now, things to take note of: first, the popularity of technology causing the issues. So you might be careful what technology you use to build stuff, and you don't need to call stuff your favorite, any technology your favorite. Of course, as a programmer, when you want to solve problems, what you should have in mind is which tool is best to solve the problem, not this is my favorite and then just use it. Okay, so imagine I run into an error with one of these programming languages, which I don't pray I'll do. It's going to be hard to get, especially if it's a complex application I'm building and it's a specific error. It's going to be hard to get solutions online. Okay, except it's something a lot of people have used, but it will be less likely to get your solutions easily. Now, that's one thing you should take note of. And secondly, how would you prefer to learn? What's your method of learning? Do you prefer watching videos? Do you prefer learning reading long blogs? So this way you know where to search for your solutions online. I'm still going to get to that. So those are two things you should take note of: the popularity of technology causing the issue, and how you prefer to learn. Now let's get to where you can get answers from. Firstly, we're going to talk about the search engines. On the thumbnail, as you can see, we have Ask, we have DuckDuckGo, we have Google, and much more, which I'm not going to be talking about here, and so on and so forth. So you can use search engines. As you can see, this is list. I searched this and then it brought it out. This is an example of a search engine. Of course, you know that. And now you can also use what you call Stack Overflow. It's a website where programmers put their problems on their issues, and then others we solve it. Basically, they help you provide the solution to it. So I'm gonna go there right now. Just go to stackoverflow.com. As you can see, you can ask a question when you're logging. Just ask a question, and if I want to answer a question, I can come here and answer the question. So you can answer a question or ask a question. You just have to be logged in. So that's where you can get answers from. You can search for your answers. Yeah, most likely when you search on Google for errors that are very popular, you notice Stack Overflow popping up in one of the search results. Okay, so the next thing is YouTube. So if you really prefer using videos, you can come to YouTube, search for whatever you want. You're gonna get it. Well, there are a lot of things on Google, so it depends on what you're searching for, but you most likely get what you're searching for, especially when it has to do with these technologies, because one way or the other, someone on YouTube has dealt with it and has posted a video about it. Trust me. Now, the fourth place where I think you can get answers from, and I think you should always check first, is documentation. So when you're using a technology, you should also always check documentation. Sometimes run into some errors which you waste time searching for online, when you can just go to your documentation and you just point out there, this is it, and this is what is causing the issue. So always check for documentations. Don't just rush into projects, especially if you are new to using the technology. Okay, so search engines, places you can get answers from: search engines, Stack Overflow. You can get on YouTube or any other video platform you know, but you can comment down below other video platforms you know. I don't know any as of now. And also remember, reading documentation is very important. Now let's get to how to actually search for answers online. Now, the first thing you want to make sure of is you understand the error. If you don't understand the error, you might not be able to get your solutions. Okay, so not understand the error, don't be afraid. If you don't understand the error, you can still get your solutions online, which I'll still get to that as well. Secondly, now imagine this is just a code. You don't have to worry about what it does. You don't have to worry about the programming language. So I'm going to run this. It's not going to work because this now you run this kind of code. So I do Ctrl B. As you can see, it says this. Now, because I understand this error, because I can read this and I understand it, I can easily find solutions to it. So it says no module name this, and I can search. Okay, this is easy to understand, by the way. So you can just come on Google and say, how do I get so, and then you get your answer. So it's very important to understand the error. Of course, you get more complex errors than this. and you just need to learn how to read error messages and understand. That's why that's one of the things I mentioned in one of my videos that has to do with you as a beginner learning not using IDs but learning with just code editors, so you learn how to understand errors. Okay, now the second thing I'm going to talk about is using the right keywords. Okay, so now imagine I don't understand what this, I can just copy this. So this is not really a specific error, so it's not an error where I have like a path to a file in my computer or something like that, which I might post and not get error, a solution to. So if I post this on here, Ctrl V, so using the right keywords. So one thing you can do is just searching for the exact error, which is what I'm doing now. As you can see, Stack Overflow popped up right here. I told you earlier, so you can see you can get your answers. It was from 2017, and if you want others, we have Reddit as well. We have other sites which you can get solutions from. So you can also use other Google search tricks like operators, codes. Then you can also search for the general terms before being specific. Okay, so if you have an issue and you look at, you understand it, and you're looking at either just putting this issue straight up or searching for something general, it's always better when you search for a broader, you put a broader question out there, so from there you can keep narrowing until you get what you want. So you can search for the specific error. If you're not getting that, then just move to something general term. Okay, so you can use words like define, whether, or stuff like that, just to get quick answers. So if you come here and do define, if you put define and you put a word there, you most likely get a definition of that stuff. You don't have to worry about capitalization when you're searching. Of course, when you're searching for errors, you don't have to worry about definition and stuff like this. You can just put it all in small letter, capital letter, Google, or whatever search engine you're using is going to sort that out for you. And so there are also tricks which I will not be talking about because of time. I can't just go deep into all these tricks because the aim of this video is just to explain to you how you can solve or search effectively online for solutions to problems. Now I'm going to move on to something else, which is searching for concepts. This is very important. It's important you read on stuff before you just start programs. So when you read on stuff, you get to know where you are dealing with the concept. So if you run into an error, you can just search for the concept instead of just searching for an error specifically, because then you're going to learn things that you might later meet as an error, which will be easier for you to solve. So you can also ask people out for help. Of course, you can use I go on Twitter, use an hashtag called 100 days of code. Even if you're not doing that, it's more like not that 100 days of code Twitter. Okay, someone is going to most likely respond to you, so just put it there and ask your question. Someone is going to most likely respond to you. And so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, you should give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my next epic video. Much love, guys. Peace.